What's up, guys? Shouri here, and today we are going over machine guns and how they're back. This video is dedicated to my buddy Gem Reaper, who is the best machine gun player that ever lived. So we are going off on the Zeus, which is a great weapon and is hilariously good. What you want to do is you want to see whenever you're going to be able to hit multiple people and be able to damage them, and then go on, do your thing because this thing can do so much damage if you get a bunch of people together that you can really actually get some kills with it. It's really fun to use. I don't know how good this weapon really is though, especially when it comes to killing single people. It can be a little hard, but it can be done. And I honestly do love this gun though. It's so much fun to kill multiple people with, and I really enjoyed using it. It's just a lot of fun, honestly. I think all the machine guns are. One thing though is some of them you need to scope and some you don't. This one is definitely one, if they're far away, you have to scope. It is a lot less accurate if you don't scope, but if you scope, it's pretty accurate, and I really do like the sights they have on it. It reminds me of kind of a cross between Firefly and Incinerator, and it's just really fun to use, man. But you do really want to have like a backup weapon like a porcupine or a mite because this weapon is really good at long and like medium range, but up close you really do need something like a porcupine. As soon as they get within a range, the pork can shoot even at the maximum pork range. That's when you want to switch to it. And that'll end up helping you out a lot. But by far the best thing I can think to do with this is to go with an undying and make sure that you have this on that loadout, because what you can end up doing is just hitting it whenever you see people that are all camping together with snipers, and you can kill their whole team because they can't kill you because of Undying's popped, and then you just go ahead and just completely destroy them and get all of them at once, and it gets them all low at the very least, so your team can kind of just do the rest. So I like to do that a lot, but as you can see here, you can really use it with literally any loadout. That is what's perfect about the Zeus, is it's a good all-around machine gun. I don't think machine guns are the best weapon, but if you like to use them, they're actually good enough to use now. Kind of the same thing with assault rifles. They were never like usable for the last year, but now you can actually use it if you want to. And I think machine guns are in the same spot. And I actually like this change a lot because while I don't think machine guns are the best, I do know a lot of people were using them and they weren't usable. So the more usable weapons there are, the better I think it is. And they have done a really good job of making both assault rifles and shotguns more usable in all of them. And so I think that's a really good thing. I wasn't allowed to use an Annihilator because God never got back to me, and I'm not gonna buy an Annihilator for this. But I've seen Tuzak use it a lot, so I think it's probably good. Shout out to Tuzak. His channel will be linked in the description. He streams like every day. He's really good. You should watch him. And situations like this are really where this shines. You have a ton of people that are all at one point. So on things like King of the Hill and also things like Cart at the end where everyone's standing next to each other, you can do so much damage so fast on everyone that you can just end up taking out an entire team, giving yourselves the win. Because even if you don't kill them, you will end up taking out enough to be able to get your team to be able to kill them, which is really all that matters. And right here, we are going off trying to figure out where everyone is, and we finally find one, and yes, we just got a triple kill in like zero point 0.1 seconds. And it's just so much fun to do. You know his teammates are so mad, right? And this is when all those guys respawn. After that triple kill, we use our pork because, like I said, it's really good to have a nice backup weapon like pork or like a wasp if you want. And right here, we're just going around, we got them low enough, kill them with our pork, and have a good day. Next up is Hero, which is a lot more of a good machine gun to kill people like one on one. And I like to use this on my secondary rush loadout with my brawler and arbitrator because if people get really far away, it is really good to have that hero there because you can pick people off from really far away, and it's really good at killing single people, giving me that 5 at once, although I mean some of those people are already low and had very little to do with Hero. But the 4 at once, which basically gave the 5 at once, is only because of Hero. And it is really hard to use, to be honest. This one I actually found out over time. Unlike the Zeus, being scoped doesn't necessarily help it that much. I found out it's a lot easier to use when you're not scoped, and it does have a habit of doing really good if you can shoot it over and over, but you gotta continuously shoot for it to be able to shoot quickly. And that was a problem for me. I mostly just didn't want to practice Hero enough to get used to it, I think, to like, actually be able to hit all my shots. But I think Hero, the more you use it, the better you get with it, because if you hit shots continuously, then you will be able to shoot faster and faster. And so it can be really good for what you need it to be, basically. So it really, all these depend on how your play style is going to be, more so than what the gun is good at itself. Basically, Zeus is going to be there for if there's a lot of people and you want to scope it. This one is good for just killing solo people, and it can be really good. I tried using it with a sunburst because I figured that the sunburst can kind of do what Zeus does if there's a big group of people. And then if I need to kill just one person at a time, I would switch to my hero. And like I said, if you can get it going, it can start shooting very fast. And if you have a bunch of people grouped up, it can also help. But I think it's mostly for like killing that one guy at a
And
time. I do probably enjoy using the Zeus more, but I did have a lot more success as like actually needing the machine gun when I was using the hero, because it's really on things like that you don't necessarily have a long range weapon that's very good, like on scout and wasp loadouts and stuff. Like this is where this was helping me a lot, or what I use it for now, which is my brawler and mirage loadout that has arbitrator. I don't necessarily have a very good long range weapon on those loadouts, and so I find that having this for those single kills really helped me. And as you saw earlier, it gave me the 5 at once, and that's mainly what I think I'm going to use this one for. And then Zeus will be for more of the AoE stuff. In this game, we were playing the man, the myth, the legend, Gem Reaper, the best machine gun player that ever lived. And we were just teaching him how to use machine guns, right? And he just wishes he could play like us. You know that's exactly what he's thinking. We're going in, we're gonna beat him this game with our machine gun. It's gonna be so great right here. Wait, did he just kill us? Oh no. Wait, did he just kill our whole team? Oh man, maybe we're not better than him at machine guns. Whatever. Okay, so we're gonna go on to Matador, and this one I wasn't as much a fan of, but it's basically like, I don't know, man. It would work really good one moment, and then it would like not work the next. And I don't know if it's mostly just the scope I didn't like or what. I don't know. It was kind of neat, and I do like that they kind of have the shape of the weapon in the scope. Like I do like that part. I just I think the main thing was I just wasn't very good with it. Even when I would get lucky and like have like a good like streak with it right here, like it wasn't necessarily because I was good with it. I just got lucky. But you can do a lot with it. And so I do want to give it the credit that it's due because it shoots quickly, accurately, and gave me a 4 at once, unstoppable, so you can't really be too mad at it, right? But like it's one that I think is probably the easiest to use, but the most frustrating. I know that sounds weird, but for me, it would be either very easy and everything would work out great, or it just wouldn't work at all. And I think Matador is probably the hardest one to figure out how to use, because Hero is best when you don't scope, and then Zeus is best when you do scope, and I'm pretty sure that Matador is both. So when people are close to you, it's best to not scope, and when people are far away, it's best to scope. And so it took me a little while to actually figure that out. And so it was really frustrating to use, which is probably why I don't like it, but I don't necessarily know if it's bad. Once you can get it going, and it's pretty good. I think Zeus is probably my favorite of the three for sure. Hero has its uses. I probably won't have Matador on any of my loadouts, But it definitely works good enough if you only have Matador or you like to use it. Like, if you can use it, then do it. Like, that's pretty much the way I am with all weapons. As long as you're having fun, then it's good. Um, this one was a lot of fun to like kind of use with this loadout, like just running around with brawler and then using machine guns with it. It wasn't necessarily a good idea, but that's probably why it was so fun. Just running around really fast brawler and then switching it into a machine gun. You could really do some fun stuff with it, and it's something that if you guys want to try, I suggest it. You probably won't win very many games, but you'll have fun doing it. And that's all that really matters, right? All right, guys. I want to thank all of my supporters, and I really appreciate you guys, channel members, and people who donated. I do appreciate you guys so much. So thank you, and I hope all of you guys have a great day.